Many people will say that they know what happens when you die. Many people will say they know what way is right and that they must spread what is right to other people in order to save them. And if you truly believed that you had the truth, that is a extremely kind gesture, I suppose. And in a way, I'm doing the same thing because in essence, everybody's religion is faith. None of us really knows, and in the end, the only thing we're sure about is we're all gonna die. Other than that, the rest is speculation. But the point of this video is to express what I believe is going to happen when I die, or more, answer the question if it was asked to me. So, when someone dies, there's a lot of things that is considered, whether it is just the body, what happens to the body. Obviously it rots away depending on what happens to it. Most people are cremating now, so you don't really have to worry about that. Hopefully you're cremating. Burying your people is a scam, unless you bury it under your house, and then I think you don't have to pay taxes or some shit, or they can't repo. I don't know. If you can figure out how to make a body work, make a body work. But for the most part, don't waste a lot of money. It's a body, let it go. It's matter. It doesn't fucking matter. But then there's the spirit aspect, and well, no, let's not even go to the spirit aspect yet. There's the consciousness aspect, the thinking that you do every day, the log that you have in your head, the ideas and feelings and aspirations and memories that you've amassed to this level and throughout your entire life that you're going to amass. Those things, losing those things seems extremely scary, and people dislike that. But in 300 years, no, in 8,000 years, because I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to get a heat death until way after that. In 8,000 years, we're not really gonna remember any of this shit. There's a lot of history that's already been forgotten. 80% of marine life was gone before we were even walking the fuck around. Like, everything that happens here is going to die and eventually be forgotten because time is just gonna keep going. So the idea that any of this really has any value is a little silly, because even if you make the greatest thing, say you free every slave there is to free, say you feed every child there is to feed, and you make the entire world better, eventually a big rock from space is gonna hit the earth and everyone's gonna have to restart, my boy. So no one's really gonna know what the fuck to do. And even if you could do all that, which you can't, like, let's say you can free every slave and feed every baby and pat every back and give every man a woman, like, and take away all greed. Like, let's talk about how insane that sentence is. But let's say you could solve everything and you could make something meaningful out of the world. Again, the world would eventually get hit by a really big rock, and then everything would disappear. So the whole point in life is to maintain this play, maintain this stage, maintain this arena where we can all live and have the test and the ability to decide what we're going to do, to choose what we're going to do, to live out our lives and experience things, to have opportunities. That's kind of the whole point of it all. So there's just a place where it can all happen, a place where these circumstances can happen, a place where someone like you can be and do the things that you're doing in the way that you're doing it. And the only reason that's happening is because God is infinite. God is everything. So if anything can happen, it's happening. That's what infinity means. To be infinite means that every possible is in that one being. So it's kind of irritating to think about because it's hard to put into words, because actually no, it's not. It's kind of like the multiverse. So every single thing that could possibly happen is happening within one being, and that person would be designated as God, and that being would be made up of cosmic super stuffs, and that's what we're all made of, and that's all of our natures, and all of life would be a fucking illusion there. So if that's the case, which is what I believe the case to be, then realistically we all come from one core and we're all kin, and we are all the same, and all of this is an illusion, and it doesn't matter. And the whole point is kind of just finding yourself within yourself and everybody else, and I guess the world and everything that happens around you. But when you die, you would return to that, no? Like, you're only here to experience this body because you're part of this ever expansive infinity. So when you expire, you would go back to that ever expansive infinity and do whatever the fuck that part of infinity is supposed to do left. And it's not that that part of infinity would go away, because nothing can be created or destroyed. Even in our world, no energy, nothing can be created or destroyed. These memories, these things are history. It's kind of like in a cosmic ledger that'll be embedded in just the understanding of this infinite being. And that's what we got there. So saying all that to say, when you die, my friend, you're gonna do it again with none of your memories until you're so enlightened that you'll probably just do it again with no memories, huh? Because say you return to God, ain't you just gonna loop it again? Like, you can wipe your memories. That sounds like a perfect cycle. That's a really is that samsara? Is that life? Do we crack it? Maybe. That's what I currently believe happens when you perish. And this is my 5th take of the video, and I did it without slandering anybody else's religion, without talking shit about Christianity, because I was raised a Christian, and everything that I initially knew about, I don't know anything. Nobody knows anything. Why did I even say that? Everything that I used to believe referred to Christianity, and I had a very Christian label, and it was very heavy, believing that although I know nothing and you know nothing, and all of the great sages and scholars, I mean, every world leader right now is just a guy. Like, if you look at them and actually understand what they believe, what they want for their countries, and what they're doing, they're just guys. You can kind of explain all of it. None of them are like, we don't even have any crazy prodigies to look at right now. Like, there's nothing ascendant right now. It's ever present that all of this is simple. It's an illusion. It's not that big a deal. And we're certainly not so wise that anything we do can be judged at a level where you would be eternally fucking damned. Worst case scenario, it just makes more sense that you would get tossed back in until you learn what you're supposed to learn. And that would continually happen forever until you learn what you're supposed to learn, or I think everything is destroyed. And then you still return to the creator and then probably loop everything. Nobody really knows what that happens. That's beyond human knowledge. And that's the biggest part about it. Who fucking cares what happens when you die? You can gain every answer to the entire universe, and we still can't use words to describe it because it cannot be described by words. So fuck. That's what happens when you die. So fuck. So fuck happens when you die. And so fuck till we meet again.